day everyone, my name is Karnisa Nadira binti Rozwan Elias Kamarudin. I am from Group BA2762F. Today, I'd like to share my reflection on Bangladeshi culture based on my experience attending the Pohela Bosha 1423 Cultural Fair. I'll be discussing it through the lens of host states and entrepreneurs' cultural dimensions. Why culture matters? In my opinion, culture is more than food, language, or festival. It shapes how we think, communicate, and behave. As a student of international business, I believe it's crucial to understand cultural difference because they influence how we connect and collaborate across borders. So, I attended the Pohela Bosha 1423 Cultural Fair to step outside of my comfort zone and explore Bangladeshi culture firsthand. My main goal was to analyze my experience using host states and entrepreneurs frameworks. The event I attended was Pohela Bosha 1423, which celebrated the Bengali New Year. It was held on 26 April 2025 at KLSCAH in Kuala Lumpur and was organized by the Bangladeshi expatriate community in Malaysia. I went with four of my classmates. What started as an assignment turned out to be one of the most meaningful cultural experiences I have ever had. When we arrived, we were a bit nervous, but we were welcomed so warmly. The first highlight was a photo booth where the event photographer invited us to pose for pictures, making us feel included right away. Then, we also visited craft booth showcasing beautiful decorative plates made from pressed leaf and painted in colorful designs. There was a clothing booth with vibrant saris and Punjabis, full of rich color and intricate embroidery. The jewelry booth was fascinating, especially learning about items like jhumka earrings, payal anklet, and nose ring, each with deep cultural significance. And of course, the food. We tried sour soup juice, which was shockingly sour but refreshing, and sweets like chom chom and milk powder ladu. We also even tried pani puri for the first time, which was tangy and spicy and burst of flavor. From my observation, collectivism was very strong in this community. Even though we were outsiders, they treated us like part of the group. People shared stories, explained tradition, and made us feel at home. I also saw a culture of indulgence. There was music, dancing, contests, and a lot of food. The whole atmosphere encouraged joy, celebration, and emotional expression. Although Bangladesh scored high on power distance, the event felt very egalitarian. Both owner and organizer interacted with us as equals, explaining things patiently. I also noticed a feminine culture as well. Instead of focusing on status or competition, the emphasis was on collaboration, beauty, and harmony. There was a strong long-term orientation. Crafts were made using technique passed down through generation, showing pride in cultural preservation. The interesting dimension was uncertainty avoidance. The event started quite late, but nobody seemed stressed or upset. The company was flexible and went with the flow. In contrast, in our culture, we often value punctuality and structure. This showed me that time can be viewed very differently across culture. From entrepreneurs' perspective, the Bangladeshi culture at the event was definitely emotional. People expressed joy through smiles, laughter, dance, and storytelling. I noticed strong particularism. Relationship and personal connection were valued over formal rules. For example, both owners shared personal story and treated us warmly even though they didn't know us. There was a balance between achievement and ascription. While there was pride in heritage, creativity and individual effort were also recognized. For example, during fashion competition. The event was very communitarian. Everything from dancing to food testing was shared as a group activity. Interaction were diffuse. Conversation didn't just focus on products or performance. They flowed into personal story and cultural discussion. I also noticed a synchronous approach to time. The schedule was flexible and people value presence and connection over a strict punctuality. Another entrepreneur's dimension I observed was external control. People adapted calmly to situation. For instance, when some food ran out at a booth, guests just moved on to the next stall without complaint. It showed a cultural tendency to accept circumstances rather than trying to control them forcefully. Lessons learned from attending the Pohela Bosha event was more than just fulfilling an assignment. It was a powerful lesson. I learned that culture is not just something we observe, it's something we participate in. Hostess and entrepreneurs helped me analyze the differences I saw and appreciate how deeply culture shapes behavior, communication, and values. Most importantly, I grew as an open-minded, empathetic person, which will help greatly in my future career in international business. Thank you so much for watching.